Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, the Clown Museum of the Internet. I'm Video Knife and I appreciate those who are supporting the channel, and I just wish you would press that like button or make a comment to let me know you're actually living people. The commentary is free, but put some skin in the game for me. And I want to give you a hint. Some of this stuff will be even more funny if you play it back a time or two. Trust me. But most of y'all, I know you're smart enough to get it the first time. You know we start slow, but we end with some bangers. So hang in to the end. Now let's go. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies! Where do you learn to make a banana split? In Sunday school. Where do boats go when they get sick? To the boat dock. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn? What does a lemon say when it answers the phone? Yellow? What time did the man go to the dentist? Tooth hurty. Tooth hurty. What does a bee use to brush his hair? A honeycomb. Why is swimming with sharks so expensive? Well, I'm not sure, but I heard it costs an arm and a leg. What do you call it when a physician keeps getting frustrated at his clients? He's constantly losing his patience. I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon Prime. Well, I'll let you know. Get it? Let's hit it now. A snooty old lady had a slow-minded daughter named Janet, who was now 40 years old and still living at home. So she decided to send her on a trip to find a man and finally get out of her house. Now the old lady was at the airport anxiously waiting for the plane to land and her daughter's return. Janet had just come back from flying around the world on a wild adventure looking for love. As the plane landed, Janet departed the plane with a strange man following behind her. The man was dressed in feathers and had exotic markings and tattoos all over his body, and he was also carrying a shrunken head on a stick over his shoulder. Janet said, "Hello, Mother. I missed you. I had a wonderful time on my trip, and this wonderful man here is my new husband." Janet had a proud look as if she had accomplished the world. Her mother, though, gasped out loud in disbelief and disappointment, and she screamed, "I said for you to go marry a rich doctor. I said a rich doctor, you nut." Just before Thanksgiving, two rednecks, Rufus and Elroy, were out hunting for turkeys when all of a sudden Elroy fell over and passed out. He stopped breathing and his eyes were rolled back in his head and glazed. So Rufus panicked. He got at his cell phone and frantically called 911. The operator said, "911, what's your emergency?" Rufus screamed and said, "Hey, I think my friend Elroy is dead. What can I do?" The operator said, "Calm down, sir. I think I can help you. What happened?" Rufus said, "I don't know. 1 minute he was talking to me, then he just keeled over on the ground." The operator asked, "Did he have anything to drink, sir?" Rufus said, "No, we were not drinking anything at all." Then the operator asked, "Well, did he complain about any discomfort or pain?" Rufus then said, "No, everything was normal until he just fell." The operator then said, "Okay, he may not really be dead, sir. First, let's make sure he's actually dead." The phone dropped and there was a silence. Then a loud shot was heard. Rufus jumped back on the phone and said, "Okay, now what's next, lady?" An old couple named Leroy and Myrtle went to the state fair last year for the 70th time in their up-and-down marriage. Leroy said to Myrtle, "You know, I'd love to finally go for a ride in a helicopter over there." But Myrtle said, "I know that, Leroy, but that helicopter ride is $50, and you know, $50 is $50. Leroy then said, "Myrtle, you know I'm 87 years old now, and if I don't ride that helicopter this year, I may never get another chance." Once again, Myrtle said, "Leroy, like I said, you know that helicopter ride is $50, and $50 is $50. Leroy started grumbling at her. The helicopter pilot saw them standing there going back and forth, and he overheard the couple's conversation. The pilot said, Hey, listen, folks, I'll make a deal with you. I'll take both of you on a ride for free if you can both just stay quiet for the entire ride and not say another word. I won't charge you a dime, but if you just say one word, it's going to be $50. The couple then looked at each other with surprise. And feeling lucky, Leroy said, "Let's go then." They agreed and got into the helicopter with the pilot. The pilot then took him up in the sky and started performing all kinds of fancy moves and tricks, but not a word was said by either Leroy or Myrtle. Then the pilot did his death-defying tricks over and over again, but still there wasn't much as one word said by the couple. The pilot then said to himself, "Dang, this is actually going to be a blank trip for me." So then he hit the switch and started flying the helicopter upside down. Yet still, there was not one word out of the couple. So when they finally landed back on the pad, the pilot just looked at Leroy and said, "Wow, I gotta hand it to you, old man. I did everything I could to get you to scream and holler, but you didn't. I'm really impressed. Wow, I guess this ride was free. No charge, Pops." Leroy then said, "Well, to be honest, son, I almost said something when Myrtle fell out of the side of the chopper, but you know, like she complained, $50 is $50. John was putting his young daughter to bed one night, and as he walked out of the bedroom door, he heard her saying her prayers. She said, "God bless Mommy, Daddy, and Grandma. Rest in peace, Grandpa." John rushed back into the bedroom and asked her, "Why did you say that last part?" His daughter replied, "Because I needed to." The next day, Grandpa died of a heart attack. Now, John gets worried about his daughter, but thinks it must just be a sad coincidence. The following night, John heard the little girl again saying, "God bless Mommy, Daddy, and rest in peace, Grandma." The next day, Grandma died of a stroke, and now Bill is convinced his daughter can predict the future. That night, John is now really concerned and thinking to himself, "Can my daughter really see into the future?" Then sure enough, he heard the girl pray, "God bless Mommy, and rest in peace, Daddy." Now John starts to panic and said to himself, "Oh God, I'm gonna die tomorrow." The following day, John is in a complete mess all day at work, a real nervous wreck. He constantly checks the clock, looks around the room, and is on edge all the time, expecting to die at any moment. He is so nervous that he doesn't leave the office until past midnight. Once it turns midnight, he says to himself with relief, "Wow, how is this possible? I should be dead by now." Then John goes home and says to his wife, "Listen, honey, sorry I'm so late. Today was a really rough one." And then he was just about to tell her about all that happened when his wife started crying. John then said, "Baby, what's wrong?" She then burst out, "John, I saw the milkman die in a terrible accident yesterday." Thanks for hanging in there till the end. Do the blah blah blah, support the channel and stuff, and come back for more. John, you are not the father. I guess the little girl knew a little bit more than a stepdaddy did.